Hi, this is Alan with Ripperton Resources LLC, and today I want to present an installation video for installing our latest product, and this is the toolbox mount for a standard charger or a rapid charger. I'm going to install the black standard charger on this toolbox and show you how it's done. What comes with the kit is the base unit, mounting arms, mounting clips. Here's the securing pins for the charger, 8 632 by 1/2 inch Phillip head, pan head screws, and then there'll be 8 nylock 632 nuts. Now these are the skinny version of a nylock nut, just so it doesn't take up as much room in the plastic. The tools you'll need for this installation is a number 2 screwdriver and some kind of mallet. You just don't want a really heavy hammer, and that's to install these pins to hold the charger in place. So that's the first thing that we want to do, is we want to install the charger. Just slide the charger into the base mount and take 2 of the pins. We give you 6, but you really only need 2. 1 on each end. And these I would just kind of tap them in place, and then when they fully seat, you know that they're in. There's a lip on the inside of this. Once it gets past the base frame here, it will hold it in place so that this is nice and secure. Next, we want to install the arm onto the base plate. You only want to install one arm on at a time, because once it's mounted up here, the arm actually goes behind the extruded aluminum here, and you won't be able to do the other side. So you can only install one arm at a time. So we'll take 2 of the lock nuts, and you want to make sure that the nylon side is facing down. Just set those in there and put one of these in here. Probably have to lift that up anyway. Yeah. Only tighten these enough to where they just start to bite in, because you still want it a little loose to kind of do a final fit on these. So that's enough. I'll show on this extra one, but the arms will have a slot up here, and then there's a slot on the clamp part right in here. And so the way that these work is, when you want to fit them together, you'll start with them apart like this and just let them slide together, and they'll lock in place. And then when you remove it, you want to slide it straight out. You don't want to try to open it like this, because you'll break the tabs, but you want to slide it in like that. To install the clamp, what we want to do is install the 2 lock nuts in the back of the arm, again with the nylon insert side towards the back. Slide those in like that. Now you want to hold the mount up to where the extruded aluminum is. Remember, you want to bring the clamp in and just slide it in. Take one of the screws. You may have to try to line it up a little bit. If your toolbox is not mounted or doesn't have a lot of tools in it, then it's easier to actually set this up on the side and do it. But you may have to squeeze this a little bit to get the holes to line up. There it goes. Again, you just want to get it to where it's just tight, or just starting to get tight. You want a little bit of play. Okay, now's the best time to try to adjust it. I mean, you may need to loosen this up if you want to adjust it, because it's going to be really tight. Because of the way that I designed this is to make sure that it has a really tight fit against this extrusion so that it doesn't move. Because this will fit not just this toolbox, but it will also fit all of the drawer units, and they're wider. This XL box is wide enough to hold this here. The drawer units have more room in there, and you need to put it where it's going to stay. This will fit this XL box, and then there's one other larger toolbox that it'll fit. Now onto the other side. You can pull this out just a tad, and again, you want to put these in where the nylock or the nylon side is facing back. Okay, and those should stay there. And again, on this one, you'll want to do the same thing. Feed it through the side here, line it up, and then install your screw. Okay, I can feel it hit. We'll take the last piece here, and we want to install these on the back. It would have been better if I'd have done it before I put it on the back here. So don't make that mistake. But you can still reach it from the side if you wish. Again, you want to just slide this towards the front so that it slides in place. And then you'll install the 2 screws. You may have to put a little bit of pressure to pull this towards the charger. There it goes. I'm not left-handed, so it's a little harder for me. Okay, I can feel it start to engage. There we go. Okay, so now everything's in place. I have not tightened it down. Now's the time to check everything to make sure it's where you want it. And then you can tighten it down. You do not want to over tighten this. It really doesn't need to be all that tight. The screws should stay in place because of the lock nuts. So you just want to make it so that it's nice, just barely snug. Really doesn't have to be much, because those lock nuts and the press fit on these extrusion and the precision at which these are printed will give you a really snug fit. And if you find that you need to tighten it up over time, please do, but you don't need to over tighten it right now. And there's the installation. It's finished. And you can see it's really not going to go anywhere. Now this can be mounted with this direction, with the AC cord coming out this side, which is actually the back of the toolbox. Or you can turn this 180 degrees and have it coming out this side if you want. Either direction, because everything's made symmetrically. To uninstall it, just simply should be just the reverse of what we did. Now to remove the pins, if you want to remove this from the mount, since these are in here very good, you're going to have to get a small screwdriver and stick it down in between here and work it out a little bit on each side, getting in larger and larger thicknesses of a regular screwdriver to pull these out. And it might take you a minute. Just don't be overly aggressive, because you can break those off, and then you got to try to dig that out because it is a tight fit, because I don't want it to come off. These are available right now on our website. We take customer requests. This particular product is a request from a customer. He saw our Packout Charger mounts and asked us to design one that goes on the toolbox. So we did. We do 3D scanning, 3D design, 3D printing,